Hello friends, welcome to our tax audit class number 6. Today we are going to discuss the section number 145 of the Income Tax Act. As per section 44AB, the books of accounts shall be required to be audited by the chartered accountant holding a certificate of practice if your turnover or a gross receipt exceeds the prescribed limit. Now, whether the method of accounting for the purpose of maintenance of a books of account has been prescribed under the Income Tax Act? The answer is yes. Section 145 subsection 1 says that income chargeable under the head profit or gain from business profession or income from other sources shall be computed as per the method of accounting regularly appointed by the SSC. So what is given under section 145 subsection 1? Income chargeable under the head PGBP or income from other sources shall be computed as per the method of accounting regularly employed by the SSC. So this section relating to the method of accounting applicable only to head PGBP or income from other sources. The method of accounting is not required for the house property income, salary income or a capital gain income. Now what are the method of accounting? Cash method of accounting or a mercantile method of accounting. As per the Income Tax Act, you can either follow cash method of accounting or a mercantile method of accounting. However, the hybrid system of accounting is not allowed. Hybrid system means some treatment you will give as per the cash system of accounting and some treatment you will give as per the mercantile system of accounting. This hybrid system will not be allowed under the Income Tax Act. Now, as per section 145 subsection 2, central government may notify the income computation or a disclosure standard which are applicable to the class of SSC or a class of income. So right now the central government has notified the 10 income computation or a disclosure standard. This is the table given for the purpose of list of the ICDS with the corresponding of accounting standard. So ICDS number 1 is relating to the accounting policy and the corresponding accounting standard is AS1. ICDS 2 is relating to the valuation of inventory and the corresponding AS is AS number 2. ICDS 3 is relating to the construction contract and corresponding AS is AS number 7. ICDS 4 talks about the revenue recognition. AS 9 also deals with the revenue recognition. ICDS number 5 deals with the tangible fixed asset. So corresponding AS number is AS10 which relates to the accounting for fixed asset. ICDS number 6 is relating to the effect of changes in foreign exchange rate. AS11 also talks about the effect of change in a foreign exchange rate. ICDS number 7 talks about the government grant. Corresponding accounting standard is AS number 12. ICDS 8 is relating to the security. The corresponding accounting standard is AS13 accounting for investment. ICDS number 9 relates to the borrowing cost. AS16 also deals with the borrowing cost. And ICDS number 10 relates to the provision, contingent liability and contingent asset. The corresponding accounting standard is AS29. Now this 10 ICDS is not same 100% not same with the accounting standard. The accounting standard is for the purpose of maintaining the books of account. However, the ICDS is not for the purpose of maintaining the books of account. ICDS is for the purpose of computing the income under the Income Tax Act. So ICDS is applicable to the SSC only following the mercantile system of accounting. If SSC is following the cash system of accounting, then ICDS is not applicable. So ICDS is for the purpose of computing the income under the Income Tax Act and not for the purpose of maintaining the books of account. Now section 145 subsection 3. If assessing officer is not satisfied with the correctness or a completeness of the books of account or the SSE is not following the method of accounting regularly as per section 145 subsection 1, or income is not computed as per the notified ICDS under section 145 subsection 2, then assessing officer can do the base judgment assessment as per section 144 of the Income Tax Act. So this was the discussion about section 145 of the Income Tax Act. ABC Limited is a company maintaining the books of account as per the Companies Act and following the accounting standard issued by our ICAI. Now ABC Limited is argued that as they are following the accounting standard issued by the ICAI, the ICDS is not required to be followed by ABC Limited. Whether the argument done by the ABC Limited is correct or not. So the ICDS is required for the purpose of computing the income under the Income Tax Act, and ICDS is required to be followed. If ICDS is not followed by the ABC Limited, then AO under section 145 subsection 3 may reject his books of account and he can do the assessment as per section 144, that is the base judgment assessment. So the contention of a ABC Limited is not correct. So even if the SSE is following the accounting standard for the purpose of the computing the income under the Income Tax Act, ICDS is required to be followed.